At 59, I finally decided to dismantle the mountain of pain and betrayal that's defined my life, and I want to share how I'm doing that. For most of my life, I believed that I had to accept my place, but now I'm reclaiming my power. No matter how confronting life's changes can be, I'm meeting the challenge these days simply as an opportunity to transform and redefine my path. At 14, the changes started coming in thick and fast and in large batches, and they've never really stopped. I've become accustomed to the road less travelled, mostly because I've been enduring everything on my own from the very start. I feel the fear of the unknown just like any other, but I manage somehow to put it aside. I rely on the universe and its laws to tell me which way to go, trusting there is a lesson in everything. I haven't always listened to the universe. I blindly put my trust in people around me, a mistake coerced by loyalty, love, and respect. Now at 59, everything I've endured has solidified into a colossal, impassable mountain. I'm ready to plant the explosives at the base and blow it all up. I want to find the base, where I first started, and develop a life free of the people who held me back from living it. I can hear the critics already, but they haven't walked in my shoes. They don't know why I was so easily persuaded to know my place. And what I say are reasons, not excuses. I was never in a position to stand up for myself without support, and that support never came. I learned to do so much on my own. I'm starting this new year by removing the toxic elements that I've endured for too long out of a misplaced sense of love and loyalty. For years, I've put my unconditional love and trust into people who treated me like an afterthought or a ghost. I've been heartbroken as cancer, loss, and a heartless Christmas this season revealed the truth. The connections that I was protecting didn't actually exist. It was the final push that I needed to listen to. Choosing to walk away means I will be navigating an even deeper loneliness than I've ever known before. I'm choosing that loneliness over the slow erosion of my soul. I am done procrastinating. I am done letting the sources of my fear and my anxiety stay in my life and keep me powerless. To those who say I'm being difficult or stupid, you haven't lived my life. You haven't felt the weight of being a ghost in your own home or family. You haven't lived the 25-year stint of domestic violence and mental emotional cruelty of your own offspring. These aren't excuses. They're the hard, cold reasons for my awakening. I'm no longer waiting for the help or the support that is never coming. I'm clearing the ground so that I can, for the first time, live a normal life on my own terms without fear and without interjection. There is a profound difference between the loneliness of being ignored by the people who are supposed to love you and the solitude of choosing yourself. The first kind of loneliness drains you. The second kind, though painful at first, is where you find the quiet that you need to rebuild. As 2026 begins, I'm ditching Facebook, the only other digital platform that I have ever used with YouTube. I no longer feel a need for it. There's nothing that it offers me anymore. Most of the friends and the family there are not actually in my life. They're merely silent observers. Most people on Facebook are living a performance, an alter ego, and I have no room left for masks. I value my authenticity over a digital show. I'm keeping YouTube though as a creative outlet, but the rest, I'm letting it go. I'm tired of being watched by people who don't actually see me. While I'm done with the fake social connection, I still have a desire to create and put my true self out there on my own terms. Right now, my life is about recovery and reorganisation. My YouTube channel remains, but its only purpose is for tracking Jex's progress once a month, showing what this puppy's learning. There isn't much room for anything else just yet. I'm still clearing my path, and that requires a level of focus that doesn't leave me much for the outside world. I am learning along with the puppy how to exist, how to grow, how to be present without the weight of anyone else's expectations. Jex didn't come into my life by accident. He came because I couldn't stand the void left behind when I had to lay my 11-year-old Bundy to rest. Anyone who has shared 11 years with a canine companion knows that when they leave, the world just doesn't get quiet, it becomes empty. The void Bundy left behind was a space that I couldn't navigate alone. Jex doesn't replace Bundy. No one could. But Jex fills that empty space with a new interest and a new purpose. Training him to become a therapy dog for aged care facilities is my way of stepping back into the light. Through Jex, I am finding a way to reconnect with the world without the ghosts of my past dragging me down. It's a mission that serves two purposes. It brings comfort to others, and it forces me out into the community to deal with people on my own terms. I've spent 30 of my 59 years in and out of counselling. I've faced profound and ongoing grief and loneliness, and the long process of healing the injuries of my past. I've always been open about this. To me, being real about my mental health is the only way to live. I'm finding better people with the empathy and the tolerance to see me as I am, not as the rumours describe me. Aside from giving birth to 4 sons, the biggest events in my life were the detours, the twists and the turns that looked like roadblocks, but they often held secret passages. Some of those paths led to my greatest potential. That said, I've never really reached it. I was too sensitive to the energies of others. I spent 59 years catering to their needs and putting myself last, eventually failing to acknowledge my own existence. And I believe this is why people do ghost me. I became invisible to myself long before I became invisible to them. Like attracts like. From childhood through my adult life, I never had aspirations to be anything. I wasn't allowed to. The adults around me had agendas for who I should be, and later others dictated how I should be, as in behaviour, reactions, and how I felt. No one asked what I wanted. And even if they had, I wouldn't have known an answer. I was too busy surviving their expectations and high standards to have a dream of my own. My story isn't just about what happened, it's about the shock and the fear, the surprising liberation of finally saying no. To walk this path, I have to clear it. And that means carefully handling and removing the snakes and the snares, the people and the habits that trip me up, so I can finally move forward. Past choices echo into our present. They should be lessons, but for me, they're often unhealed wounds held together by dissolvable stitches. Sometimes these stitches break, and the wound weeps the what-ifs. I can't heal if I keep feeding these wounds the very toxins that cause them. I get accused of living in the past, but I only reference it to understand my present, or to use as an example for others to learn from. The past is a stream that flows into today. In 2025, I had re-evaluated everything to see how yesterday's decisions created today's echo chamber. This Christmas, I learned I am not afraid to move forward. Change is possibility. I've been assessing the choices I didn't make, and I realised it was never about being weak. It was about fear of judgment and the reality of domestic violence should I think about my own needs. Anything I did that was perceived as a plot against him was punishable. So to protect myself, I let him choose for me. I've been paying for those forced choices for decades. But as the new year approaches, the payment stops. I'm seizing the moment to make my boundaries clear. I no longer require input from people whose only motive is to keep me where they feel comfortable. I'm no longer the victim of their neglect, but I am the consequence of it. I simply wanted to be understood. I wanted to be heard, recognised and respected as part of my own family. I can't force people to see me like that if they're committed to looking away. So the next thing I want is peace. I'm learning to find happiness without them. It should be easy to disassociate my life from them. After all, so much of it has been without them already, even while standing right next to them. I'm done trying to prove myself. I'm done auditioning for their attention. I never could live up to their expectations and their high standards. They created the ghost, now they can be haunted by it. They can live the void that they created in my life. The change I'm seeking isn't coming from them, it's coming from me. I'm finally clearing that space to grow into my real potential, undisturbed by the people who only wanted me to stay small. People always describe me as resilient. To be honest, I'm tired of wearing that word. My resilience wasn't a choice, it was born of survival. I had to be resilient because I had no other option. It's a badge that I never asked for, earned through years of enduring hostilities, toxicity, and neglect. I don't want to be a survivor anymore. I want to be someone who belongs. For too long, the people around me have managed to make me feel like an outsider in my own life. They've used their advice and their judgments to keep me feeling small and unworthy. But I'm taking that hardened resilience, the strength that I used to stay alive, and I'm turning it towards a new goal, believing in my own worth. My worth isn't up for debate. It isn't something that I have to prove to my sons or my family or the silent observers on Facebook. I am worthy despite their treatment of me, not because of it. I'm no longer focused on how much I can endure. I'm focused on how much I can grow now that I've stopped letting them tell me where I belong. I'm most happy when I'm in my own zone, painting, drawing, making music, photography, creating videos, or training jacks. Where the threat of conflict and judgment don't exist, those are the moments where I'm truly me. But I've realised that I also find great joy in sharing that zone with others. I've loved watching someone else learn to paint for the very first time, or to have a go at sharing something with me in the form of a creative spark. It's not about ego or showing off, it's about genuine, meaningful connection with another human being. I'm choosing a life that is alone but not empty. I am by nature a giver. I've always worn my heart on my sleeve, and I have been forgiving to a fault. But I've realised that being forgiving can be a trap when you're giving to the people who don't appreciate or acknowledge the gesture. I have to change. Not because I want to be hard, but because I need to protect myself. I'm still that person who wants to give, but from now on, it will be on my own terms. Jex and his future as a therapy dog represent that shift. Through him, I can share my heart with people in the community who truly need it. The lonely, the aged, the forgotten. I can give my love to those who will actually absorb it, rather than throwing it into the void of my family where it only ever disappeared, unacknowledged and unappreciated. I deserve some happiness, and my soul needs to find peace with what little time I have left on this earth. I am stopping the cycle. I am done pouring into broken cups. My heart is staying on my sleeve, but I'm now choosing very carefully who gets to walk on that side of me. Every battle I've ever fought has been a solo mission. The older I get, the more I struggle with the weight of it all. Sometimes the urge to just give up is a roar in my ears. As if I do stop, I fall into silence. I disappear. I can't allow that to happen. What has my life been worth? What was the point of it all if I'm to be silenced? My only choice is to keep moving. I have to change myself, my environment, and my people. Regardless of how weary I am, I have to keep going. Not for them, and not to prove anything, but to reach the clearing where I can finally put this rucksack down and just breathe. In the way of support, I don't need a map, I need a witness. True support is someone who attempts to understand by simply listening. It's someone who can see me in the moment of my struggle and recognise why I am who I am. When the burden on my soul becomes too heavy, I don't need them to carry it for me. I just need them to stand beside me, to be the energy that helps me to stabilize my own. I think of how much it would mean to have someone place a hand on my shoulder and just say, I'm proud of you, you're doing really well with this. Whether the work is emotional or physical, support is just having someone bend with me, not to do it all for me, but to help me with it, to let me know that for one moment in one battle, I'm not fighting alone. Through counselling, I'm finally learning to remind myself that I am worthy. I'm internalising a truth that should have been mine right from the very start. From my choices and triumphs to my mistakes. I am in control by right of my own life. No one has the right to judge me for how I am trying to survive. I am moving past the need for their permission.